for these spirit or chats with spirit that I have, sometimes they either only appear within my mind or they appear within my physical settings. And in our living room we have a chair which is a 17th or 18th century design, and that's exactly where Vermeer sat. Throughout the conversation he changed from a somewhat gloomy, because I think it was my perception of Vermeer, he became rather jolly and friendly, yes, but felt like he really liked parties somehow, although he didn't like to go out much. Feels like he likes to entertain and likes to talk, that he's very into trips, but in a way like Jules Verne, like inside. He would like to go, but for some reason he can't go or he doesn't go, but he travels lots within his mind, and thus all the maps on his paintings. So I perceived him as a short guy with a round face, kind of orangey hair, not very long though, but somehow the facial features match the one. There is a painting of him. It's a shadowy gentleman dressed as a cavalier. Somehow the face matches, but the rest, or it has the same kind of vibration, that gentleman, but somehow I think Vermeer did paint his self-portrait there, but face-wise, but the body, it's not that the Vermeer I saw looked as a midget, but somehow looks like he was a tiny man. And first I saw he with vigorous hands, but then the hands became very delicate, and I perceived that as a message of saying that he was very vigorous on his crafts, but in the outside he looked like a fragile person or delicate person, let's say. Whenever these spiritual chats start, when it's an idea of a ghost, let's say, instead of an angel or a ascended master, I always get the same sign, which is a and every time that someone tells me something in the beginning, every beginning starts with a not from him, not from me, from the person or from the entity. So let's see what Vermeer told us. I, Johannes Vermeer, I was born into a prosperous family of some sort of craftsman linked to manual industry. Both parents were kind to me and my brothers and sister. Marriage wasn't into my prospects until I got older and thought could be my ticket. To my luck, my future wife-to-be was simple, plain, vain, and I heard lots of screams, and the information was lots of screaming at anything. Nervous and rich, which I was, like he's talking, which I wasn't. My affection for her was of somewhat purity, as I respected her as being my communication to an outside society apart from the one I was born into. Yes, we had lots of children, indeed. My love towards women and its sex always provided me with a sort of worldly satisfaction that at times allowed me to forget other things. Which? I asked. He said, my love towards perfection. Within my overall body of work, I try to capture and understand what's above human emotions and from which source of light we are all driven from. Where does that light come from? He asks. As if he would ask always this question whilst he was painting. And he had a deep sense of non-religious piety towards the so-called God's creations. So, people, let's say. Yeah, and then I read the description of the person I was seeing. Short man, reddish hair, round face. His front teeth were apart. A bit of belly. Wears black. Sometimes black and sometimes dark pale blue, almost grey. Very well dressed, but in a simple way. He likes to be at home. He's gentle and communicative when needed. Again, that he likes to receive people in his house. Used to talk lots with his hands because I see him somehow entertaining someone and he's always smiling and being folly, and he talks lots with his hands. I see lots of books around him, and felt like he was interested again on traveling, ancient history like myths and poetry, whilst his wife was more into music and the paintings with the musical instruments that we always see was actually from her collection. That was the results of my chat with Johannes Vermeer.